Hey, do you remember 2016? That was 8 years ago. Yeah, what felt like the other day was nearly a decade ago. So like, where the hell did all the time go?
I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye. I hate the new Kanye, the bad mood Kanye, the always rude Kanye, spaz in the news Kanye. I miss the sweet Kanye, chop up the beats Kanye. I gotta say, at that time I'd like to meet Kanye.
Apparently I was 11 at the time. I was still being homeschooled by my mom and Trump just got elected. Life was simple back then. I didn't have much to worry about. Watch shit, play shit, work on shit, and repeat. And it was so damn fun back then. Almost everyone seems to remember 2016 as a generally great year with a strong sense of nostalgia, and yet here we are 8 years later doing the same shit. Dare I say that we're doing it even more today than we were back then. Watch shit, play shit, work on shit, and yet it just doesn't feel the same. Why? Why is it that everything seems to be getting worse?
Never outside, promise I'm fine. Love a hell of a drug, it's the worst that I've tried.
The funny thing is, things have never been better. Technology is advancing, the world is as diverse as ever, and compared to previous generations, we have the easiest life circumstances in history. For the first time ever, instead of us being worried about trying to survive the winter, we're more worried about trying to become millionaires by 21. I understand that some people struggle with more dire issues, but for the majority of you watching this video, you have access to food, water, and a roof over your head. If you're still watching this and you don't have any of those things, then maybe you shouldn't be on YouTube right now. But if you are, hey, keep watching. I appreciate the views. I need to pay rent, so, you know. My point here is that things should be great, but everything around us seems to be crumbling compared to just a few years ago. Gaming used to be fun and filled with soul, yet nowadays it's hard to enjoy a game for more than 5 minutes without getting bored. Go online and you'll find tons of people complaining about the state of modern gaming and its flaws. Movies and other media used to be an art form for entertainment and storytelling. Back then, we'd receive movies from creativity and original ideas, yet now the film industry is filled with sequels and remakes, obsessed with pushing for representation instead of telling a story. Social media used to be an outlet for people to share their experiences, creativity, and opinions to connect with others. Yet now we flock to it for another means to endlessly entertain ourselves or make a bag. People rarely talk to each other nowadays. It feels weird to say a hi to someone passing you on the street, but go online and suddenly leaving the most outrageous, jaw-dropping digital footprint doesn't seem so scary. In the span of a decade, we've lost the magic in the very things that form our culture. And I think most of us are aware of that. It's why mental health in people are on a rapid decline, and why suicide is at an all-time high. We are becoming aware of the fact that our society is crumbling. We can barely afford to live in our own current economy. And nothing is worse than being broke and sad. Even if you do manage to find a good job with great pay, you're still unlikely to actually retire due to inflation and economic shifts. We go to college for years of our lives just so that we can be broke and lose our jobs to AI. Life for the average person is constantly getting worse. We're losing hope in a society that feels like it's moving backwards. And the worst part is, it's partially our fault. At first glance, it's easy to place blame on the ones running the show. The creators, the companies, and even the government. But at the end of the day, none of these entities could exist without us. Creators and artists, why can't I pronounce artists? Artists. Creators and artists couldn't profit without the support of their audiences. Companies and businesses couldn't succeed without customers buying their products. And the government couldn't operate without the cooperation of the people. What we consume and give our attention to breeds success for others. And people really like success. People will see what works and will copy it to make success of their own. And that's why everything has become so stagnant. In the years before and during the pandemic, the world searched for what worked. And when we found what worked, we strove for optimization. There was no longer a need for creativity or original ideas. We found the formula. Why make unique stories when you can release a shitty live-action remake? The difference between 2016 and now is simple and clear. And that difference lies in progress. Back then, it felt like we were progressing. Society felt like it was moving forward positively. And that gave us hope for the future. Since the pandemic, we've recovered and made progress, sure. But it never feels positive. It feels like we're progressing backwards, like everything is getting worse. And it's because of that we view the years pre-pandemic with rose-colored glasses. We hold a false nostalgia for what was, and we hold on dearly to that nostalgia. I miss the old Minecraft. I miss the old YouTube. I miss the old sound. I miss the old Disney, Marvel, whatever the fuck. It's all the same. We're stuck in the past, wishing to return to a better time, even though those times weren't that much better than now. We're just all growing up now, clinging on to the past. So here's the question. How can we start making progress in the world again? How can we restore the hope that we once had? Well, for starters, it all starts with us. We have to answer our own problems. Everything seems to be getting worse because people prioritize quantity over quality. More money, more views, more success. People don't create for passion and progress anymore. They copy and create what will work. And we as the consumers are also at fault. We know the problem, yet still indulge in it, complaining about overstimulating content and bad movies as we throw our money and attention at said content. We consume and accept, but never stand against. As long as we keep doing that, we will remain stagnant. Doom scrolling, subscriptions, courses, and other unethical practices are things that we just accept. We're both at fault, both creators and consumers, and it'll take two to fix the problem. But until then, we as consumers can send a message to those creators and leaders. We can start to value quality over quantity, give our attention to original ideas and not shameless copies, and give criticism to low-effort content and products. And if you're up to it, you can even start to create yourself. That's how we start. Consume what's valuable and create what's impactful. And slowly, our world can start to feel like it's moving again. Live life.